Kindie Rockstars. Prepare for a treat, let's meet and greet some bands and singers that are super sweet, making music that's fun for boys and girls. Help them learn about this great big world. Fun for the family, yes it's true, your kids will love it and you will too. Clap and dance and sing aloud, become a part of the Kindie crowd. These songs will make you move your feet and give your ears a great big treat. So settle in, grab your guitars, and let's get to know our Kindie Rockstars. Hello everyone, and welcome to Kindie Rockstars. This is the show that gives you the stories behind the songs from some of the best bands and singers that are making fun, informative, educational, catchy, and occasionally silly songs for children and families. I'm your host, Patrick Adams, and each episode of Kindie Rockstars will feature an artist and a featured song. So let's get to this week's show. Joining me on the show today is Bradley Weaver. Welcome to the show, Bradley.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Got it. All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into Kindie music.
Well, as you said, my name is Bradley Weaver. I am in Denver, Colorado, and I've been a musician a long time. I don't want to say how long, it'll give up my age, but it's been a while. And how I got into Kindie music, when my niece was turning 2, I decided that it'd be a good idea to write a couple songs for her as a birthday present. Just little messages that I wanted to pass on to her in song. So I wrote 3 songs. If I can remember them, it was Let's Go Outside and Play was the first one. And then Sunshine Cream, which is about using sunscreen. And then a Sharon song called If You Have Two. Those were the first 3. I did a guitar vocal demo and took them to her birthday party and played them, and she liked them. I mean, she was 2, so of course she liked them. But the important thing was all the adults in the room seemed to like them too. And I was like, okay, if I can make songs with a message for children that parents don't mind listening to, I think I'm onto something. So I just started writing some more songs and kind of did full recordings of them. I added a few of my favorite traditional songs. I think I've Been Working on the Railroad was on the first album, and She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. And then I released an album, and then people started asking me to do shows, so I started doing shows for kids. And here we are 4 albums later and hundreds of shows, and my niece is going to turn 16 this year, so I've been doing it a while now, but it's great. I still do what we'll call, adult music, which, I don't work blue or anything, but it's more guitar rock stuff. But I've been focusing on the kid stuff since, and it's great. I love doing it.
Does your niece know that she propelled you into this genre?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The first album was called Songs for Shirley. So that's her name. That was all for her. So I don't know if she takes any blame for it, but it's no, like I said, she enjoyed it when she was a kid, and I always say up until kids get to about 7 or 8, then they start listening to their music. They don't want to listen to what you would call children's music anymore. So that's why I call it family friendly. I think but children's music has such a stigma to it,
Yeah, no, you touched on a good point though. Creating songs for kids that the adults like as well.
Exactly.
Then you really got something.
It's really important. Yeah, when I started writing, I was listening to a lot of the stuff that my heroes like Pete Seeger or even Woody Guthrie, like his kind of children's songs. It was more of just this folk Americana that the music was great, and then it had a message for kids, and that's what I aimed for, and I feel like I hit the mark most of the time.
Now, as far as your shows, do you stay mostly around the Denver area, or have you managed to get around and perform?
It is mostly Denver or Colorado anyway. I've done a lot down in Colorado Springs, which isn't too far, about an hour and a half from here. Up in Fort Collins, about the same distance. I've done shows in South Dakota, trying to think where else. As far as out of state, yeah, I think South Dakota is the only place I've done the kids stuff. But yeah, mostly in Denver area. It's all like library systems. You get in and you start playing all their libraries, and it's fun. I have quite a few programs that I do, so it gives them something to choose from. I do just the straight up concert, or I do a history of songwriting or a history of musical instruments. We also do a write a song workshop, which is my favorite, where we'll actually write a song in the 45-minute session. And we always get a song. It's not always great, but we always get a song out of it. So that's my favorite.
That's cool. So I've had other people describe what they call the week, and this is March of 2020. Did you have a lot of shows booked or performances booked that ended up getting canceled? And how'd you roll through the pandemic?
Yeah, I certainly did have quite a few cancellations. I would say, I think that summer we really only had about 12 to 15 shows booked. And most of them got canceled. Some moved into the online space. We did the libraries that chose to do it. I was up for trying a Zoom thing, and it worked out pretty good, but we only did a handful of those. So yeah, most of the stuff got canceled, just like everyone else. I also do a monthly residency at a place called Book Bar in town here. It's a bookstore, a coffee shop, bar for the parents. It's really cool. But I do a monthly story time there, and we moved that into the online space, which worked. It wasn't quite like being live, but it was something to do for a year or so. And now we're back doing the live shows out on the patio, and yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah, for sure. It just, having school-aged kids, I know Zoom can keep your focus for a little while, but not always.
Yeah. And the other problem was a lot of these kids that were school age were doing Zoom all day for classes. So probably the last thing they want to do is hop on for even if it is for some music or something. They're just tired of looking at the screen.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, so we're glad to be live again. That's for sure.
Excellent. Well, you want to get into your song?
Absolutely. Yeah,
all right.
Let's do it.
So the song is called A Home for Every Creature. So tell us what inspired you to write this song and a little bit of its background.
This song was from the Songs for Shirley album, from that first album. And like I said, I just tried to wrap these messages that I wanted to give to my niece in a good song. And Home for Every Creature it's kind of based, it just rattles off a whole bunch of animals. You'll hear it, but the verses are all animals, everything I could think of. And then in the choruses, we kind of gently nudge, care for the environment and the earth so that we can take care of where we live. So the animals have a home, we have a home. So yeah, I tried to, like I said, gently nudge the message in there with just a fun song about animals. So that's where this song came from. And again, it's just kind of like that whole album, just kind of a folk Americana thing. I got some, I had just started playing resonator guitar back then. So it's gonna be real heavy on the resonator and some harmonica in there to finish it off. But the reason I chose this song for you was I just released a coloring book based on the song. So the entire coloring book is just all the animals in this song. And I thought that would be nice to tie it in. So I've got that available now too.
Yeah, no, this song sounds tailor-made for a coloring book or a book of some kind. So
yeah, it worked out pretty good.
All right, well, let's play the song. Here is A Home for Every Creature by Bradley Weaver.
Penguins and possum, crabs and owls and ducks, lobsters and whales, elephants and fox. There's a home for every creature in Mother Nature's house. All these penguins, lobsters, possum, ducks and fox. Well, lots of animals live in the forest, and lots of animals live in lakes. So take good care of the land and the water, so all the animals can have a happy day. When they're swimming in the sea or flying tree to tree, they depend on you and me. squirrels and otters, raccoons, deer and cranes, birds and chipmunks, fish and bears and snakes. There's a home for every creature. Isn't nature great? All these squirrels and fish and birds, raccoons and snakes. Well, lots of animals live in the forest, and lots of animals live in lakes. So take good care of the land and the water, so all the animals can have a happy day. When they're swimming in the sea or flying tree to tree, they depend on you and me. Bullfrogs and dolphins, monkeys and blue jays, moose and lynx and pandas, even stingrays. There's a home for every creature. Watch them as they play. All these dolphins, pandas, monkeys and blue jays. Oh, all these dolphins, pandas, monkeys and blue jays. Lots of animals live in the forest, and lots of animals live in lakes. So take good care of the land and the water, so all the animals can have a happy day. When they're swimming in the sea or flying tree to tree, they depend on you and me. When they're swimming in the sea or flying tree to tree, they depend on you and me.
That was A Home for Every Creature by Bradley Weaver. All right, Bradley, tell everyone where they can stream and download that song and where they can buy that coloring book.
All right. Well, as far as streaming goes, any platform you use, Spotify or Apple or wherever you stream your music, it's all out there. If you want to find everything, it's just bradleyweaver.net. My website has all the music. You can stream for free on there, or you can download it, and you can buy the books. You can do a whole bunch of free activities. So I would recommend go to bradleyweaver.net, and you'll just find everything there.
Excellent. Well, Bradley, thank you so much for doing the show. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.